Hello there, this Anonymous Tarot here with a pop-in collective message. I hope you guys are doing well. This is going to be a collective reading, so this reading may or may not resonate with you. It is not time specific or sign specific, so please take the messages that apply and simply leave the rest. So I just did an all signs, or I just premiered an all signs, and in the all signs reading I said, I think it was for Aquarius, that if you're seeing mirrored numbers a lot, you know that might be a synchronicity for you. And I kid you not, I went out and got ice cream because I was craving ice cream. And look at my receipt. This is what I meant with like mirrored numbers, like reflective numbers. $17.71. So it's like there's a mirror between them, okay? And then it reflects the opposite end. So 1771 or 2332. That's what I mean with mirrored numbers. And I just thought it was so wild because I'm like, I'm an Aquarius and I did it and I mentioned it for Aquarius. That's crazy. That is crazy. I was like, creepy. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. I have no idea what's gonna come out. I usually do have a vibe, but I'm straight blank, so we're gonna see. Straight blank. This is an oracle deck. I don't usually split oracles, but I felt called to use this one. Hot and cold. Meaningful coincidences like that just now. Yeah. Hot and cold. Very Knight of Wands. Very in and out. Somebody could be playing this game right now. Maybe 1 minute they're hot, next minute they're cold. They regret doing that. Okay? Immediately it fell right on top of it. Somebody regrets being in and out of someone's life. They're regretting it. They regret it miserably. We have Union at the bottom of the deck. So someone is coming to terms with their behavior. That's what this is. Yeah, dazed and confused, but keeping the faith. Someone here is confused, maybe about how another person feels about them. But I also feel like being hot and cold has another person very confused. I'm getting this, you know, their behavior made someone feel confused, unsettled, and now they're feeling that way and they regret doing that to a person. I feel someone here maybe has experienced the feelings that come with what they did to other people or another person. They're confused about maybe the future and they're trying to keep the faith. Yeah, they regret it, and when people regret doing things, it often leads to an apology. That's what one would hope, right? Push and pull. This is a pull. Something is pulling this person towards another individual. And I feel an apology is in order. Someone here wants to apologize for this behavior. They do. They regret it miserably. They feel confused and unsure. All they do know is that their behavior wasn't cool at all. And they're coming to terms with it. This card literally flipped backwards. And someone here says, I feel like you've moved on without me, and that's difficult for me to see. Jealousy. Somebody here might feel a little bit jealous or unsettled because I get a vibe maybe a person is done with their hot and cold behavior. They're done with that. They're not entertaining it. And that's when they regret it, right? I can't be apart from you much longer. This could lead to somebody surrendering resistance. This is someone who they're I don't even know how to explain this energy, guys, but they're really not happy with the way they've conducted themselves at all. It's not a good representation of who they believe they truly are. So they're very regretful, they're apologetic, they're confused, and they just don't like the distance right now. They don't like that there is a wedge between y'all, whether physically, emotionally, literally, energetically. This is someone, I don't care if this is someone that lives with you under the same roof. There's distance, okay? They don't like it. Something surprising could come about. Big happy changes are coming when you least expect it. A surprise. This is someone who's giving up the fight. They're giving up this resistance, because people who play this hot and cold game, it's often when things get too hot, they retreat and then they get cold, right? I'm just getting an immature Knight of Wands energy who is done playing games, is what this sounds like. They're surrendering. The jig is up here. The jig is up. I'm hearing the jig is up. There's no use doing this anymore. It's backfired, I'm hearing. Whatever this game was, I feel like maybe you could have played with the game. Because before I grabbed the deck, I heard runner, chaser. So maybe you chased this person in that cold behavior. And then when things got hot again, this person ran for the hills. And then you chased them. I just see someone here is done. They're like, this game is getting old, I'm hearing. It's getting old. Now that it has gotten old, they regret it. Because whatever this is, it's not getting them anywhere. And they don't like the distance. I can't be apart from you much longer. Anything else we need to know about this energy? They don't like this. I'm hearing they don't like this at all. They don't like this at all. They want someone's forgiveness. Oh, wee. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. We have apology and forgiveness. They're hoping someone will forgive them. Where did you go, my lovely? Dun 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 dun. I wanna know. Where did you go? Oh, well, sorry. I wanna know. This person's pride could have been an issue before. But with surrender out, I don't know. This energy feels kind of funny. I want an animal for this. I just do. A raccoon. Let's see. What is this energy on? Can I get a vibe on the person who's apologetic? Can I get a vibe on the hot and cold person? Can I get a vibe on the hot and cold person? I just love when it snaps, because it's like, this is the person. When I tell you my deck, aw, poor boo-boo. Look at this little mouse. You know what's so crazy? I saw a mouse today. I'm done. I was like, mouse! I saw a mouse. There's someone who's so scared. Like, they're worried. This is someone who's worried. This is someone's soulmate, okay? With the otter. That's a kindred spirit, okay? Somebody here loves otters. I know that someone in my collective loves otters. And I believe she pointed out how they always hold hands and they're just like drifting in the water together. They have like these little chubby little hands. It's so cute. Stubby widow hands. They're looking for their person. Okay? They really are. And they're very like, you know, I wanted to know, because this is good. Okay, this is a good thing. Because it means this person's spirit isn't operating from malice. That's why I wanted an animal. I'm like, the animal is going to tell me right off the rip what we're dealing with here, and the otter snapped. This is someone's person. With a cosmic egg that I'm seeing as well, this is a divine gift that this connection brought into each other's lives, like into both of your lives. It's a cosmic gift. This is a widow mouse. This person's scared. You see, we have a cobra and we have a mouse. I don't know if they're scared of someone, something. This could also be multiple personalities. Like when you think of this cobra, right? It usually comes off quite intimidating. But with the mouse, that's probably who they really are. And that's predator meets prey. So somebody here could be afraid of someone. External to this situation, could be. But I'm getting more like they have two sides to them. They do. This is really giving me King of Wands. And this is giving me Page of Swords, even. Page of Cups, Page of Swords, this mouse. It's like, why are you acting all that when you're really just a little page? This little person. They're feeling bad. Okay, where's the person on the receiving end of this apology? I almost wanted to do like this. For some reason, this person doesn't even know how to apologize properly. Who is the person on the receiving end of this apology? Who's the person on the receiving end of this apology? Spider. Damn. Oh, with the horse. Very intuitive, spiritual, strong, graceful. With the spider usually weaves its web, does its thing, is building a nest for itself. You could be very busy right now. I just get this vibe of like, I got better things to do. The spider energy is also very creative. I almost want to get my book out for this. I won't. Tell me more. Tell me more about the spider. Tell me more about this person. Elephant. Wow. Wow. Your spiritual strength here is unmatched. Unmatched. I'm hearing unmatched. You could also be a very family-oriented person. Highly intuitive. You see how this third eye of this elephant has a gem on it? Somebody who could have like Asian background. Look, the trunk is carrying a ball of fire. You come off quite intimidating to this person because your spirit is very strong. So nothing can rock you. Nothing can just push you down. And with the spider, I feel like you could be busy with creative projects or like weaving your web, creating your destiny, right? Like there's this energy of you being very busy and you're not one to budge. You're not one to like easily fold, okay? You're also very wise because the spider is usually very calculated. Aha! So this person, good luck. I would say good luck. The fire ants is usually a very chaotic energy of maybe being anxious. This is kind of funny. Let me see. Let me get another deck here for this. This person wants to apologize. They want someone's forgiveness. They regret something miserably. We have earth and water energy. Hot and cold, hot and cold. That could be maybe air, water, and fire. What else do we need to know from the person that wants to apologize? Why do I feel like there's like a dialogue that's going to happen here? Can I get a vibe? What's the overall energy for this reading? King of Pentacles. That's probably the person that wants to apologize. This person could be very stable, security oriented, right? Financially oriented. It says faithful, wealthy, home and investment. 7 of Swords. Yeah, this person was being a trick, okay? This person could have hidden a lot from the person they want to apologize to. And I'm hearing there was a reason why they were flighty. There was a reason why they were flighty, unreliable, in and out, hot and cold. King of Pentacles, that could be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Somebody here is resting, recovering, contemplating, very pensive whilst healing. But that pensiveness is turning into the 2 of Swords. This person is stuck in the mind. They feel indecisive. I feel like this person, for a while, didn't want to see how their behavior affects others. And I say that because I feel like you weren't the only one they've done this to. For somebody, this has a lot to do with things coming back onto them right now. This person feels stuck because it's linked to that regret. Right now, they're thinking a lot. They're stuck in the mind. They need to do something. And I get a vibe of a pause between you and this person with the 4 of Swords. Tell me more. That's your, yeah, it's karma related. It's justice. That's the way the divine balances out the scales. It's giving me Uno reverse. Right back at you. The scales being balanced. Cause and effect. You did this, so this is what you get, right? There's something about a person, if they play games, you can't expect it not to have some kind of aftermath, You can't play with people's feelings. You can't play with people's hearts. You can't play with people's minds. Ace of Wands, a passionate new beginning. Nine of Swords. As I speak of playing with people's minds, it says anxiety, worry, suffering, despair, and nightmares. This person is in a mental mind trap for what they've done. And I feel, you know, there's something about your forgiveness that could alleviate this person's mind. It could ease the way they feel. And the reason they feel this way is because they haven't done this to just anyone. They've done this to their person. This is the otter. Okay, soft and squishy. And this person's like, what have I done? And not only, they've done it to a damn elephant spirit. For some of you guys might collect, like someone here might collect elephant trinkets. I don't know why I thought of that. Maybe somebody here wanted to go to Bali or like interact with elephants. I don't know what it is, but it's like something about this, your strength is admirable. And this person knows this characteristic about you, so they know they can't just like come in on some BS. They know they have to get their words correctly or sort it out. Like they have to sort out the way they're going to come in. But your forgiveness would alleviate this person's mind, because it went from 2 of Swords to 9 whole swords. This person's not sleeping, basically. And with the Ace of Wands, this leads to a passionate new beginning. Tell me more about the Ace of Wands. We have Libra energy. King of Wands. This Ace of Wands is in relation to this person. Remember I saw the Cobra? The Cobra isn't afraid to strike when it needs to. And I said that's King of Wands energy. This card came out with so much vigor. This person in this image too, they want to pursue. So whatever you did, this person wants to pursue. They want to lead. They're determined. I don't know what you did, and I'm going to pick up on it in a little bit, but it's kicking this person's bum in a way where it's lighting a fire under their butt. For some of you, this is a masculine doing this, okay? Or someone who will need to enter their masculine energy, and women can do that as well. But I'm getting this vibe of like, this person wants to, they want this again. They want to be on good terms again. And that's what's going to be the driving force. Good news, Page of Pentacles. Any last words before I go on the flip side, the Tower? This might be a shock to you. This might clear up confusion. With a Tower, it's unexpected. This person's entry might be unexpected. The way they come forward might be unexpected. But this person had some kind of an epiphany through maybe heartache and confusion that this is what they need to do. That's the kick in the butt. It's also making it abundantly clear that there's nobody else with the Seven of Cups. It's like nobody else can bring in my wish fulfillment but this person. So how, it's like this heartache is them receiving the pain that they've inflicted onto you. It's really giving me mirroring energy. That's why I don't find it a coincidence that I showed you this number. That's mirroring. Something is being reflected right back to a person. This is what you did, so this is what you get. It's really giving cause and effect here. This is a Tower for the choices they've made. 3 of Swords. Hanged Man. They're stuck in the 3 of Swords. 9 of Swords. They're stuck in all swords. Tell me more about the person on the receiving end of an apology. King of Swords. You're moving from a very logical place. Wow. Even if you're a female, okay, you could be a male in this energy. You could be a female as well. Cool, distant, logical, and in a position of authority. You're in a position of authority to basically decide what you're going to do with this apology. Look at the man's expression. This is the person on the receiving end of an apology. Again, Keep your mind open. You could be a female in this energy as well. It's like you're the one wearing the trousers now. That's what that's giving. Is like, it is intimidating, much like the elephant, right? You're trying to find balance in your life. I'm also hearing this is a balancing act. Tell me more about the person on the receiving end. Six of Pentacles, as I speak of balancing act. It's about giving and receiving. It's about balancing the scales. Equality, generosity, as I say, right? You want, it's like you're making it clear in your energy. Even if you respond, you're going to respond with facts. You're going to respond maybe with few words. Like there's an energy of responding with few words. Because you want equality. I'm hearing little to none, if any. So you might have not responded or responded with much words to this person at all. Excuse me. Because whatever this equality is, it's supposed to amount to the Ten of Pentacles. Like that's what you want. You want stability, an establishment, security, feeling blessed, longevity, home, family. Like you want the long haul. For some of you, I'm also getting a lot of like children energy. For some of you, you want a family with this person, or you want this to move to something more long term. I feel like you're very aware of this person. Your awareness is very sharp. And you're in your masculine energy in a way where your discernment is very sharp, but also you're not going to be in your emotions. You're just not. Very, yeah, cool. Yeah, strength. Telling you, I was pointing it out in the elephant. The person on the receiving end of the apology has the inner power of a lion. Damn, you're very mature. Your self-respect is important to you. You're incredibly intimidating. Like, damn. Like this energy, I'm like, let me straighten myself out here. Damn. Yeah. You could also be like Earth Angel energy with this image of the Death card. You've undergone a spiritual awakening already, you know, maybe a couple, you've transformed, you have big changes coming in your life, and you have this maturity about you that's unmatched. Tell me more about this person. This person's cool. A lot of you guys are divine feminines. Empress! You're creative, you're nurturing. I've pointed out the creativity here with the spider. You're abundant. And you have a King of Swords in you, which could be a Queen of Swords, but when I mean the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords might be a little bit more wordsy, right? That's a very logical energy as well, witty, sharp. But the King of Swords, it's like the way this person would have to sit down. If this is a man sitting down with you, you're like this. It's very, it's very masculine. Even if you're an empress, it's very masculine of you. So it's intimidating, bro. Look, the spider is back with this web. Eight of Swords. For some of you, you were in the Eight of Swords, and now you're like, you got this pat down. See how the Eight of Swords is an image of a web? At some point, you were trapped in your mind. Now you got that ish pat down. It's colorful. It's like you've done something with this entrapment. You've made something of that. For a lot of you, you were stuck in the mind for a while, but there's some kind of energy of self-mastery that I'm picking up on. Three of Swords to the Page of Cups. Yeah, you can expect an apology here or some kind of opening for what they've done because you were heartbroken. The same energies this person is in is what you've been through. For some of you, you're still going through this. So in a nutshell, if you're here, right, don't underestimate what that can do for your inner power. Your inner power, your inner strength is growing through pain. You know, when you have a wound and it grows scar tissue, and the scar tissue is very thick and it's very different from any other place on your skin. It's thick, right? It's stiff. That's what's happening post Three of Swords. So even if you feel down in the dumps, in a mental mind trap, do something creative with your time. That's what the spider is about. It's building things, creating things with spare time as to not be stuck in the mind. if you're heartbroken, understand that once you heal, you'll be tough as nails. And your abundance will show. Like, there's this vibe of whatever this person did to you, it'll have your spiritual strength as well grow so much more than what it was before. That's why I'm saying there's something good that comes out of this. This person's apology will lead to some kind of potential for the long haul. I truly feel that. Strength, Empress, Libra, Taurus energy, Scorpio, Leo. Let's see what else wants to come through here. I don't think I've ever used this deck on camera. This is interesting. Very interesting. Pause in the reverse. This is someone who, as I said with this other card, I can't be apart from you much longer. This is somebody who wants to press play again. Inaction, calmness, step back, wait for the sign. I feel like somebody received some kind of divine sign to move forward. Yeah, they hesitate though. From the past heartbreak, the broken trust, and afraid to move forward. They're nervous as hell about this entry. But I feel like they got so much to lose. They have an Empress, or masculine, or man, right? Man or woman, who has so much strength here. That's why they're intimidated. You see the word hesitation? They hesitate. They don't want to be at a standstill anymore with pause in the reverse, but they're hesitating. You see the embarrassment? This person's in their feelings, guys. You see all this water here? Somebody here is in their feelings. They're so embarrassed by their behavior. Past heartbreak, broken trust, and afraid to move forward. Isn't that applicable? They're afraid to move forward. Repressed emotions, rejection, unable to see below the surface. This person was in a space of denial of their own behavior. You know how some people just don't want to acknowledge their shortcomings? That's this person. They didn't want to acknowledge their shortcomings. They were in denial of their own behavior and how it affects others. I feel like you weren't the first person they've done this to. But the fact that they hurt you hurts them so much. I feel like they feel what you've been through because it was towards you. It wasn't just anyone they did this to. I'm hearing Summertime Sadness by Lana Del Rey as I see that card. Somebody here could like to journal. Summertime sadness. I got that summertime sadness. You know, this is a huge synchronicity. Somebody here loves elephants. Family. That's why I said somebody here is very family oriented. Kids, opinions, judgment, resolve, family stress, get support. Somebody here either has children, so they don't want to like introduce that wishy-washy energy to their children. It's like, if you're unreliable with me, I don't want to bring that energy towards my kids. You know what I mean? Maybe that's a reason. For others of you, family matters could have interfered. Maybe that was an external reason as to why this person was in and out. Either way, this little elephant is adorable. I've seen like those babies like play with humans, right? And then they're so heavy, but they're a baby, and then they just flop on the person's lap, and it's like it weighs enough, but it's just a little baby. I also feel this strength that you have, you're gonna pass it down to your youngins. You are. So again, everything you're going through, all the lessons you've learned, also lead to unconditional love, despite this person being the way they have been. And I say have been because I truly feel it'll be past tense. You're going to pass down all this spiritual wisdom, unconditional love, all these teachings to your little ones, if that's what you have in the cards for you, right? None of this will be in vain. Like this is, and I feel like you're at that point now where you've mastered yourself so much that you get this. Like, I don't feel resentment here. And if there is, this card is for you. It says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Don't resent this person. Don't resent anyone. There's no need. It only does you more damage, okay? Like, you don't need to move around in the energy of bitterness. I feel like that's something, like, I'm telling you, the wisdom, the knowledge, like all the spiritual growth, spiritual strength, the love, the ability to love unconditionally. All that is something that will benefit you and your offspring and generations to come. Honestly, that's a beautiful message. Anything else? Fifth dimension in the reverse. This person could, oh wow, really? Intuitive communication. You are connected at a soul level. It being in the reverse, this person could be trying to communicate with you on the astral plane, like through dreams, subconscious. It is being blocked. It is being blocked by spirit. This person has zero access. So if they're not accessible to you in a way where, because I'm sorry, a King of Swords with Empress energy, that's like I'm in my receptive state, 1, and 2, you can't get past my keen sense of like, you know, this is not anyone. You can't just approach this person just like that. And on top of that, they can't fully connect to you the way they used to. Yeah, it's supposed to help them ascend, universal intelligence, stay connected to spirit. It's like connect to spirit when you need help with what you got to do. Your person ain't here right now, I'm hearing. I really feel like the universe is putting this person in a hot seat, guys. For some of you, maybe you haven't really been interacting as much, or maybe some of you have. But I get this vibe of like, no more tricks, just treats. Let me get this deck first. Very interesting reading. Storm warning. For a lot of you, you could be maybe energetically not feeling this person half as much because maybe there's like a tower moment here. Or the tower moment. This is a warning for maybe a fated meeting in person or an interaction. That'll be a new start in love and family. I really feel somebody here wants to expand. They likely see you as family as well. And I'm hearing nobody gets left behind. Ohana means family. Family means nobody gets left behind. Aw, that is so adorable. Someone here is incredibly family oriented. All right, they are. This meeting was no mistake. For a lot of you, this is the epitome of new love to you. Maybe you guys didn't even get it off the ground. For some of you, this is like a friends with benefits thing, or just like friends or no strings attached kind of thing. This person was all kind of strings attached with you. They do. We have breakup here. Tell me more. Crossroads. For some of you, you broke up with them. Okay? For some of you, you did. I see crossroads, breakup. Maybe this, you see how this woman is like, that's King of Swords energy as well. She's like, fuck off. This person's like, well, wait. You know what I mean? Like for some of you, it doesn't have to be the epitome of a breakup, because for some of you, this wasn't even something that you could break up with. Like I get a vibe of this being very light, okay? Maybe you saw this person once every 2 months or less, like, or more. You know what I mean? It's giving me like, oh, I'll see you, or I'll hit you up when I'm ready kind of thing. It's very hot and cold. Or maybe they would only see you on weekends and then you would barely see them in person. There's a vibe of you being so done with it. It was the epitome of some kind of separation. Crossroads that put this person into a swords, yay or nay. But this person's coming forward. For some of you, they need a little bit of courage. Maybe they're taking something to basically get them to do what they got to do to come see you or meet you. I also feel this person where they were interacting with others and maybe acting single. They met a snake. I got player, single, and snake. For some of you, there's a Pisces involved, because there's someone here wrote Pisces and thank you in my comment section as that dropped down. Somebody here was acting like they were, you know, for the streets and maybe the community, and met a snake. Ayo, and they regret that too. My goodness. I can't make it up. They regret involving themselves with a snake. I'm hearing procreating with snakes, nesting with snakes. I don't want to know, okay? But yeah, that vibe is here. Okay, they regret that. That taught them a lot as well, I'm hearing. This person learned a lot. Anything else you need to know about the hidden truth? Anything else you need to know about the hidden truth? I couldn't let you get close to me. For some of you, this person's afraid of emotional vulnerability. That's why they kept you at arm's length. I'm starting to understand our connection. This person's starting to get it now. They're learning through you as well. So I also feel the divine wanted to stop the patterns of this person. So it's like, if they just met any old Joe Schmo or Sheila from the block, hurting them wouldn't land on them. They would keep doing what they were doing. I don't know what these tricks were, guys. For some of you, it's not the way you think it is. Like maybe it's like mind games. Maybe it's insensitivity, a low consideration for other people's feelings, ego, selfishness, my way or the highway behavior, blocked off from emotional vulnerability. Whatever the behavior was, the pattern was, doing it with other people, it never landed on them how bad it was until they met you, because hurting you hurts them. And that's the way the universe works. It's like, we're going to introduce you to somebody who hurting you will hurt too. So then you'll get it. You get what I mean? Everything is a divine lesson. This person was emotionally unavailable. They were. They never connected. I left when I saw you with someone. Maybe this person also has a propensity to get very jealous. Okay, maybe they do this because they get jealous. Maybe they're possessive low-key over you. And for some, like maybe you tried to move on because this person wasn't planting roots. Okay, this person maybe had an inclining. For some of you, that was also the wake-up call they needed. Okay, I'm getting an energy of a wake-up call. That could easily be you maybe even trying to move on. This person is, I'll wait for a sign from you. And I'm hearing some of you aren't going to give it to them. It says, I will wait for a sign from you. That's this little otter they're saying. You see how this otter is like erect? This otter is like, oh, is that a sign? Sign. Sign? No? Okay. Sign? It's like scurry, sniff, flinch. It's giving those meerkats from the Lion King. It's like, what? Is that for me? This person's even looking for subliminals. Like this person could be looking at your social media, reading your captions, trying to read between the lines. Like, I'm telling you, they're looking for any sign, anything. It's like, I'm just seeing it. It's like, is that for me? Are you talking about me? No, okay. That's so cute. That's adorable. All right, let me see this deck or that deck. Maybe this one. I'll get both. One or two from each. Should I take those two? I would give it all up to be with you. Prepare yourself. I'm getting ready for union. Wow. We will find each other again. I will always find you. This is determination, guys. This person isn't giving up on you. And this deck has a lot of cards and not all are positive. This person felt unworthy and insecure of your love, okay? They're afraid that what they are going to offer is not good enough. We will find each other again. I will always find you. That's them looking for you. And I would give it all up to be with you. Prepare yourself. I'm getting ready for union. This is a union coming in this way. Okay, it is. All right. Okay, little otter. I'm definitely going to have my thumbnail include otters. Just because. They're so cute. I never really touched one. I never saw. Yes, I saw them at a zoo. But I never touched them. I'm the kind of person that going to the zoo is so tormenting. Because I want to touch them. I want to talk to them. What am I, animal whisperer? No, I'm not an animal whisperer, but I want to touch them. You know what I mean? Anyways, I have some big decisions to make. Yes, you do. Two of Swords. This person's frustrated. They're like, how am I going to get this right? Because they're frustrated with themselves. Oh, shoot. For some of you, this big decision could be your hand in marriage. I mean, for some of you, that's where they eventually want it to lead to. They're like, if I move forward right now, it's because this person's it for me. There is an offer coming in, guys. For some of you, their finances, maybe they're like worried that their money isn't all that. I'm also getting the energy of a vacation, the way it's in the reverse. This person, it says, I'm focused on my finances right now. In the reverse, they can't focus on their money. They can't focus on work at all. Yep. Why? Because they miss you more than they'd like to admit to themselves or others. Yeah, I'm sorry I let my ego get in the way of this connection. An apology. Tell me more. Yeah, this is their best friend. I'm telling you, Their life partner. This is their person. They're looking for their person. Yeah, they went through a dark night. For some of you, they're coming out of it. You're my sweet escape. I couldn't stay away even if I tried. Nope. Nope. They cannot. They cannot. Yeah, they blame themselves. Yo, this person throwing themselves a whole pity party. I'm sorry I put you in a third party situation. And this card says, your sex appeal turns me on. This person was... they had you in a third party. For some of you, the third party was other people. Maybe people they see on the scene. Then they're looking at you. That's why that card came out. They're looking at you. That's what I'm telling you. They're looking at the littlest thing to see if you're leaving any subliminals out, posting anything remotely related to them so that they can get a vibe. I need a vibe. Vibe check. Are they still into me? Are they still, you know, it's like, is that post for me? Double tap. Chill out. Chill out. Yeah. They're going to surprise. This is a surprise. They're apologetic again for all the times they disappointed you. I'm going to leave it there, guys. If this read resonated, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.